So you're on the Composio team.
Yes.
Who recently built TrustClaw.
I wouldn't have been able as a solo dev to work on this project.
Wow. And how long did it get you to get your first integration working?
It literally takes 5 minutes.
What's something you built in an hour with Composio?
You can quite literally build anything. I think all it takes is Composio tools and a prompt.
Okay. TrustClaw recently went viral on
It did.
X to over 200,000 impressions. Did the integrations hold up when traffic spiked?
Oh, yes. Actually, it was...
What did building TrustClaw teach you about Composio that you didn't know before?
I didn't want it to accidentally leak my private information. And so a solution I came up with was...
Someone watching this wants to build something similar. What should they know about using Composio?
If they want to build something similar, watch this demo.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Julia.
So you're on the Composio team.
Yes.
Who recently built TrustClaw, which is the first OpenClaw you can trust using Composio. So I want to talk about what it's like to build with your own product, what worked, what surprised you, and what you learned.
Let's get into it.
Okay. Can you walk me through what you were trying to build with TrustClaw? What did you need it to do?
I was super inspired by OpenClaw. I think having a personal assistant is what everyone wants. Someone to proactively check in on you, tell you what's going to be happening in the day, do all these tasks for you in Notion and Google Docs and whatever it is that you need to do, especially now that I am managing a lot of planning. Planning is so much work. Like, I wish I could just tell my plan into an assistant who can automatically update my Linear, my Notion, and message all the right people on Slack, do all that stuff. Because OpenClaw lives on your computer, it has access to everything on your computer and interfaces through the command line, which means that if you have a password on your computer, one way or another, OpenClaw can access that password. It lives in your memory and your storage, wherever it may live. Because OpenClaw has access to the internet, there is the potential that they could leak private information on the internet. And that's exactly what we saw with Moltbook. All of these OpenClaws were directly posting people's social security numbers, their credit card information. And so my biggest concern was I didn't want it to accidentally leak my private information. And so a solution I came up with was Composio allows agents to take actions, write code in sandboxes. It's across 1,000 apps. So everything that I use on a daily basis, from Strava to Spotify to Google Calendar to Notion to Slack to everything. And this way I can create an agent that takes actions on my behalf, but only the things that I want it to do, and it never sees my password. So what I did is I reverse engineered the memory systems that OpenClaw uses, and instead of giving it access to a terminal, I gave it access to Composio tools, and its capabilities are absolutely enormous. It can literally do quite anything across all of these apps for me. It never has access to my passwords, which could be leaked on the internet.
As someone who works on Composio, why did you choose to use it for your own project versus building integrations like yourself?
I could not, it's not feasible. I couldn't set up 1,000 integrations. I literally have to implement the Slack integration, the Notion integration. I have it connected to probably 30 apps right now. It would just take me an absurd amount of time. And then also, let's not even talk about the cost. I'd have to create a developer app for every single one of these accounts. Every single one of these developer apps have their limits as well. So for example, I launched TrustClaw, right? At 1,000 users across all these different apps, I would have hit all my services would have stopped working by now because I would have hit the limits free tiers for all of these different services. So with Composio, not only are integrations stupid easy, but I don't have to worry about my app going down or these services not being available. Without Composio, the agent would also not know how to do those actions. That's the biggest thing. So with OpenClaw, when you want OpenClaw to perform a task, it usually has to do so through the browser, whatever command line tool it has. And because out of the box, these tools are not super intuitive to use, even for a human, you have to create skills. You have to create these custom skills with instructions telling it how to do the thing you want it to do. With Composio, automatically, with one line of code, this agent has access to over 1,000 apps. It searches for the tool that it wants, and Composio will inject the skill it needs right before it's about to take that action. So it does it right 99% of the time, and it's actually able to recover quite quickly if it makes a mistake. It's seriously incredible.
Can you walk me through actually implementing Composio? What was it like day one? What was day one like?
Day one was like implementing the whole thing.
Okay.
So
okay.
what you do is you write, and I'll show this in the demo later, but you literally write session.create and then tools equals session.tools. Done. Like it's 2 lines of code. Like you create a session with Composio for that authenticated user so that every user has access to only their accounts, of course. And once you have that authenticated session, you pass the tools to your agent. Done. Your agent now has access to all those tools.
And how long did it get you to get your first integration working?
It was instant.
Instant. Oh
Yeah.
Instant. Okay. Yeah.
It just works. It just
Yeah.
works right out of the box. As soon as you connect your agent's tools to the Composio tools, you can ask that agent, hey, I want to connect to Gmail. It will send you a link to connect. You go through the Composio OAuth flow to securely connect without the agent having access to those credentials or passwords. And now the agent can take those actions that you've given it access to.
Can you give me a specific feature in TrustClaw that Composio made possible?
I
All
mean,
of it?
almost
All of it?
every feature in TrustClaw is
Yeah.
enabled by Composio.
Yeah.
I think like my favorite use cases of TrustClaw is, funny enough, I use TrustClaw to fix TrustClaw. So a few times a day, it will search through Sentry to find any bugs that were reported. It will search through Vercel. It will search through my emails, and it will warn me. Like, for example, I was using a free tier of Neon, love Neon, but I was reaching the usage limit, and so it was able to proactively tell me like, hey, you've reached 80% of your usage limit on Neon. You need to upgrade now before the app goes down. And it was able to proactively remind me to do that. I think another big use case is every single morning it tells me, here's what you're doing today. Here's what people said to you on Slack. Because we actually have half of our team is in Bangalore. And so every night a lot of work gets done while I'm sleeping. And in the morning, I'll get that update of like what work was done overnight, kind of catching me up to speed so that when I jump into my meetings for the morning, I'm all ready to go. I think my other best use case is that if I don't go on my morning run, it roasts me. So it can see through my Strava if I actually worked out, and it's like, hey, go outside.
What's something you built in an hour with Composio?
You can quite, like I said, you can quite literally build anything. I think all it takes is Composio tools and a prompt.
Okay, so it doesn't take an hour. Like
it doesn't even take an hour. It literally takes 5 minutes. I mean, I will show you. I will show you today how it takes 5 minutes.
Excited to see that. Okay, what did building TrustClaw teach you about Composio that you didn't know before?
So my biggest concern was that like there were some things that it couldn't do. Like what if there's an app out there that we don't have an integration with? And that was my biggest concern. It actually has a browser, and basically it's able to spin up a browser session. It gives you a link so you can actually watch what it's doing in that browser, and you can log in through the browser. You don't give it your password, like it doesn't have to log in for you. You open the link, you log in to whatever it is you want it to do, and then it can just take actions in the browser. Like some super niche website or service or something that doesn't exist on the APIs, it is fully capable of doing it just as much as OpenClaw is. So that was quite surprising and very useful.
Did using Composio as a real user change how you think about the product now?
I was definitely a fan before. I think it's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to join the team.
Okay.
I think as a developer, I loved using it in my Claude code. I loved building with it. Loved making TrustClaw so much fun. For example, like I could ask it to pull the GitHub PRs. I could literally ask it to do everything from start to finish for me. That's like pull the ticket from Linear, implement it in the repo, push the PR on GitHub, request whoever needs to review it, and then go Slack them, like from start to finish using the Composio integrations.
TrustClaw recently went viral on
It did.
X to over 200,000 impressions. Did the integrations hold up when traffic spiked?
Oh, yes. Actually, it was like, first of all, I'm still on the free tier of Composio. Like, I don't, like, the amount of tool calls you have to make to even pay a cent to Composio is insane. Like, I cannot strongly recommend enough to just go try it. It literally will cost you nothing, even if your app explodes on Twitter and you have 1,000 users, which is so funny to me. I think the first thing to give out on me was Anthropic. They immediately were like, Like I maxed out, like I bought like the max plan and then I maxed out the max plan and then they were like, your app is shut down until you talk to our enterprise sales team, which we resolved in 4 hours, not by talking to their enterprise sales team, but by using an account that had already gone through that process. You can scale so stupid fast with Composio. Not even a concern.
And Composio just saves you a lot of time. Yeah.
I don't, like it wouldn't have been feasible.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been
Okay.
able as a solo dev to work on this project.
Wow.
Like, it's not possible.
And then if someone watching this wants to build something similar, what should they know about using Composio?
If they want to build something similar, watch this demo.
Coming up.
It's
yeah.
coming up. We'll set it up in 5 minutes. I think it's like, go try it.
Go
Try it. I think one thing I will recommend is go see the magic for yourself. TrustClaw is free, to get started. You can see in the right-hand terminal what Composio does. So if you're like just interested in getting to know more, it really is the ultimate developer tool for building agents that can do anything across any app. Because its capabilities are so enormous, I think one of the biggest questions I had as a developer is like, what can't it do? What can't it do? And so for that, whip up a TrustClaw account, connect it to whatever it is that you want your agent to connect to, and just try it right there in the browser. You can see on the right-hand side exactly what tools are being called, how Composio comes in and helps your agent access these tools. And then whenever you're ready to bring it into your own agent, tools equals session.tools. That's it.
All right, so the best way to understand if your product works is to use it yourself. So Sarah is going to show us her demoing. She's going to build something with Composio.
Let's build it.
Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.